Hey, Diva. Hey, 20K Diva. Hey, Diva. You know what they say.
What do they say?
If it wasn't for other people and the weather, people wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
I'm trying to tell you, but they can have at it. Hey, Juanita, thanks for getting a ticket.
Girl. Congratulations. Also, when your blessings flow, the devil gonna always trying to come on attack. But again, I agree with the person in the chat. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you, may it be condemned in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name, amen. And I receive it. Okay. Thank you. Randy, thank you. Congratulations, Miss Eva. Let's get 20,000 more in half. Okay, like in half. Okay. The Holy Spirit and anointed blessed time. Many blessings to you and your YouTube channel and your household. I receive it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wait. We got a stranger arriving here in the building. It's Dawn. Hello.
What's going on, Diva?
Hey,
congrats on the 20K. And let me know what snake to stay away from, because I'll chop a snake off. I chop a snake head off. So let the people know who to stay away from.
Ooh, you know what though? They're gonna reveal themselves. And I'm telling you, it was a few people throwing a whole lot of what I'm gonna call smoke in the game. But guess what? That ain't gonna stop nothing. It ain't gonna stop the party. Thank you. Well, amen, and thank you, Jesus. It never does. So you can, and you know what? That's why I told them, press on with your agenda. Press on with your agenda. I'm good. Okay. So here we go. Emmanuel, thanks for stopping by.
Hello, Diva. I'm so confused, but all I know is that I like you and congratulations on 20K.
Thank you. Y'all confused because you know what? I refuse to give energy and name names. But I'm telling you, when I got this phone call, woke me up out of my seat because I had a doctor's appointment today and I was trying to take a nap before my doctor's appointment. Okay. Taking me a nap, minding my business, all was well. Get this urgent phone call, and the urgent phone call is about mess. I'm listening like, for real though? Seriously? That's what we doing? That's where we at? That's how they feel? Well, tell them this. Send a memo to them about this. Tell them to continue with their negative agenda. I'm good. Okay? That's what you could tell them. So now, guys, let's get into this.
Hey, congratulations on the 20K. I'm so happy. I know I texted you already, but I'm so happy for you. I can't wait to get to 100K. 500K, a million K, because you deserve it. Okay, this is where it's at. This is like the best channel ever. We have fun. We get on the train. We get drunk sometimes. Make sure y'all subscribe some more.
Thank you. Yes, we do. Now listen, guys. We got to get into this Real Housewives
of
Potomac.
Somebody made you upset. I got here late, but I'm sorry that happened.
No, that's okay. We're all good.
Formed against you, like
don't worry, Sharon. She's not upset. She's informed.
That part.
Hey, Robin.
Hi, Sharon.
Right.
So wait. Let me say this before we get into this Real Housewives of Potomac recap. I gotta say this: Love and Marriage Huntsville, which I'm gonna recap tomorrow. All I could say is one of the best reality TV reunions in a long time. Hands down, they did the darn thing, and the 3-part reunion was worth every bit of my time. So I'll just say that in terms of Love and Marriage Huntsville, which I will be recapping tomorrow. But now we got to get into this, okay? We got to get into the Real Housewives of Potomac. They call it shake-up and makeups. I'm not sure we saw too many makeups, but it was a lot of shake-ups, okay? So we open up, and this Karen and Charisse thing is still happening. The fights continue. It was the banging on the table. It was the Charisse claims that, the Grand Dame had to do a stint in rehab, okay? It was the Charisse claims that the Grand Dame, was doing something with some blue eyes. It was cheating on Ray, okay? So it was still at this table. And, Charisse says that, pretty much she was the one. She was the one that brought this group together. They're claiming, Charisse is the Grand Dame. And they also said that, unfortunately, the Sherman didn't work because, it was a lot of tension still kind of going on. And then because they felt like, at least conversation was making some headway, what they said was, well, maybe Mia and Jacqueline could talk. Well, Mia said, actually, Jacqueline said, I'm not going to talk to Mia at this table. I just met y'all. I know Jacqueline forever. I know Mia forever. So we need to talk by ourselves. Okay, we need to talk outside of this group. Okay, so then they get to the room and they didn't really talk. It was just a situation where Mia stand 10 toes down that Jacqueline, okay, that Jacqueline likes to sleep with married men and got a couple of married men in her life. And then Jacqueline tried to come back and said, when you met G, wasn't he married? And Mia was like, yeah, he was. And so what? So what? So that whole situation was a mess. Jacqueline left with egg on, Mia left the room and Jacqueline had egg on her face. It was just a hot mess. So the dinner ended a mess because Charisse and Karen got nowhere. Because Karen is just like she ain't got nothing for Charisse. Okay, she's pissed at Charisse. So the Don, we haven't seen you in a minute. What would you like to say about these two scenes?
Well, coming off from last week, I'm a Karen fan.
Okay.
However, I really did not like Karen in this first scene coming off of last week.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't see the problem of being upset with someone coming to your mother's funeral, to bring it back up, to make a point for something. I can see how, Karen will get upset using, me coming or using Charisse coming to the funeral as to prove a point. If you did it for the love of the friendship or for the friendship or whatever it was, don't try to use that to prove a point. I think Charisse was egged on by the bandits prior to the season starting to, let's come after the season is Candace and Karen. And, this receipt that Charisse is so-called holding on to, that she knows about Karen, I really don't think it's a big deal. I think everybody knows what it is. I think Candace alluded to it, but, I just don't think that Karen wants to talk about it. And the way in reality TV to not talk about something is to ignore something. It's to ignore the person. And that's what Karen has been trying to do. But I think her bringing up her mother, kind of pressed the point a little bit. You see how Karen got upset just at the mere mention at what was that season 2 reunion. And she ran off the stage, them just talking about her mom. So, I can see it both ways. I'm a Karen fan, but, funerals are not usually invite only. Everybody and their mama go to a funeral in Surrey County. If you walk past them, you go to their funeral.
Right.
People got binders full of funeral programs. So, it wasn't like this grand old affair, I'm assuming.
Right. Yeah, it was. I was disappointed in the Grand Dame with that scene too, and I'm definitely a Karen fan. I like her. I usually like the way that she handles things. But it seemed like Karen had upped the ante on the cursing. It seems like Charisse's presence is bringing out the worst side in Karen. And for you to be the Grand Dame, you letting them see you sweat. And so she just, she put so much energy into this, and she knows that Charisse, she knows what Charisse is trying to do and why she's here. And now what I didn't like the fact that Charisse wanted to say, oh, Karen was in rehab. Like somebody else said, that's Karen's story to tell. And I think she thought dropping that bomb was going to give more heat than it did. But the time in which she dropped it, it almost got lost in a conversation. I kind of had to sit up and watch it again to, hear what she pretty much said. And, they keep bringing up this blue eyes. Well, at this point now, shown to us, I know Robin is going to show a picture next week, but try to get Blue Eyes to come here or somebody connected to Blue Eyes, because I'm tired of the talk at this point. Robin, I'm going to come to you, but 1 second, Trent, thank you for the super chat. Karen is such a puppet master. She's redirecting the subject because she knew Blue Eyes was somebody's husband. Oh my Trent. Okay. But thank you for the super chat. Robin, your thoughts.
Well, first of all, I agree with Karen that
Mm-hmm.
I believe that Charisse coming to the funeral was a plot and a ploy. She's been trying to get back on this show since she got off the show. I don't
Okay.
believe that she's sincere at all. I will go on record as saying that Giselle and Robin are the nicest thing I can say about them right now in the instance is that they're pretty disgusting human beings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the one thing I will absolutely agree with you that I wish that Karen had her, like we said about Wendy. I wish she had maintained her composure,
Mm-hmm.
not only at the restaurant but even in her confessional. In her
Mm-hmm.
confessional, it seemed like she reverted back to hood days. She was straight
Yep.
up hood, and I wish that she hadn't done that.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't showing grand dame to me.
Right.
It wasn't showing grand dame to me. I was like, okay, since when did she start doing all this cursing like that? It was just crazy to me. And I'm like, okay, Charisse is breaking her down. Charisse is breaking her down. Smoke, you're in the building. What do you want to say about this situation?
Very small.
Hey y'all. I'm here for Karen dragging the hell out of Charisse because here's my thing. She's been taking the high road all of the season up until this point. Everyone has a breaking point, and her mother is her breaking point. So at that point, all bets are off. So if Karen felt the need to take Charisse's head off, drain all the blood, and hang her upside down and bury the body, I'm here for it because for someone to bring up the fact that they were there for you at your worst moments, then that shows that they were disingenuous and they weren't really there for you to begin with. They were just basically tucking away this +4 Uno card whenever they need to. In all honesty, I feel like the situation with Karen, I feel like yes, her and Ray have some arrangement. He is 20 years her senior. So I think I think is like normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because Ray knows he's not going to be there forever with Karen. I know I'm saying that. Listen, we don't know. But I'm just saying he wants his wife to be happy and he wants to make sure that there's someone there to take care of her. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So if I were Karen for this upcoming reunion, I would just put all my stuff out on the table. So it just takes all the bullets out of their guns and be like, what are you gonna come at me now?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now?
Okay, Smoke, you almost made me fall off my seat. So if your spouse is older, either way it goes, you should allow them to have a little arrangement because you want them to be happy. Whoa.
I think happiness is individual for anybody, and if it works for Karen and Ray, then that's all that matters. I think what they have an issue with, particularly Robin, Charisse, Giselle, is that a man has never, offered them that option. They just up and leave, and so the fact that they are unable to keep a spouse, arrange a wedding date, hell, even pick out a wedding dress. Yes, I'm talking to you, Miss Robin, not the Mrs. Miss Robin Dixon. It's just they're just jealous. They don't realize, and I think that's the problem they have with Karen, Wendy, and Candace is that they actually found men who actually love them and who are willing to go through the tough times with them no matter what, and they can't seem to find that with somebody else or within themselves.
All right, Smoke, you're gonna make me fall off my seat, but I understand what you're saying. Mims, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You said congratulations. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Shan, what do you think about this situation? The Grand Dame coming out of character, pissed out Charisse. And I do agree with y'all, right? If you use any ammo that you have, but don't say, oh, if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't have been at your mother's funeral. So yeah, Shannon, what do you have to say about this situation?
Ladies and gentlemen, your Grand Dame is triggered. She's very triggered.
Ooh.
And she's not the Grand Dame to me. But I do like Karen. I can tolerate her a little bit more than Charisse. Charisse is just not interesting enough to be a housewife. She doesn't give fashion. She doesn't give commentary. She doesn't give a good read. Nothing. But I agree that they're both wrong in this situation. The part that got me about Karen is she's going to come out of nowhere and say, don't talk about my mother. Don't disrespect my mother. She's the queen of deflecting because she didn't talk about her mother. Charisse didn't talk about her mother. She was just like, I went there And Charisse shouldn't have brought that up. If it's from a good place, you're not going to bring it up, just like Smoke said. And I'm sorry, don't come to a funeral you're not invited to. This is a special time for grieving for me and my family. If you're the ops, please stay outside. I didn't invite you. I didn't know that funerals was uninvited, like people who, I didn't know that, but
Mine's will be when I turn 100. I don't want nobody there that I ain't messing with.
Yeah,
So wait, hold on,
I'm
Shan.
sorry, this is a private, intimate situation.
Right, hold on, Shan.
Actually, not really.
Hashtag not invited. Okay, hashtag not invited. Okay, do not show up at the church doors. I guess the church. They said everybody's welcome, but I guess you ain't welcome when it's a funeral that you wasn't invited to. But go ahead, Shan.
Nah, weddings and funerals open.
Yeah, me too.
Open to the public.
But Karen wasn't acting very grand dame like. I mean, Karen, it's okay to get out of character and whatever. But my thing is, she acts like, she's the best thing since sliced bread. So I was shocked. I was appalled. I was confused. But she and Charisse have beef, but Charisse can go. She doesn't bring anything to the show. I'm tired of her. I'm more Team Karen in the situation. Don't come to my mom's funeral and then say, oh, you weren't there for me. I was there for you. Like, don't do this to get that,
I do agree. Hashtag who invited you. Emmanuel,
right.
What do you think about this situation?
Well, I totally disagree with Shan. I love Karen, and I think that she did not disappoint me. It was not that bad, y'all. All she did was get up in the table. It's not like she, tried to choke her or something. Okay, Diva, maybe a couple pounds, maybe a couple of pounding on the table, but that's it. But again, Charisse, like, how dare you? Like, did you go to my mom's funeral because you cared, or did you go so that later you could throw it in my face to try to get back? Because somebody told me that Charisse was trying to get on Real Housewives of New Jersey. That didn't work out. So now she's back over here. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And, later in the episode, Karen says, like, oh, that last night showed me exactly who Charisse is. And it kind of showed me who Charisse is, because a few episodes before, Charisse was trying to have lunch, was trying to invite her out. And now all of a sudden she's calling her all sorts of B's and bad words and fake, and she can't stand her, and she's rehab and all this. I'm like, nah, that's too much. As far as Mia and Jacqueline, this is going to sound crazy, but I got a little respect for Mia after that.
What?
Explain.
Let me explain. When Jacqueline said,
train on the track.
When Jacqueline said, you slept with married men too, Mia was like, yeah, I have, and so have you. So, I don't know. Is Mia telling the truth?
Is she a liar?
She's telling the truth because Jacqueline was bothered. Jacqueline was pissed. Jacqueline was pissed that this information was being spread on TV and that Mia had the nerve to say it. But she came at Mia. So what did Jacqueline expect? Jacqueline of all people know that Mia could go low. So why would you try to play her?
Mm-hmm.
So you got what you got, and I felt bad for Jacqueline, but you got what you got. So she was like, yeah, you got several married men that you're dealing with. Messy. But you know why Jacqueline probably does? Because she's looking for a G. Okay, but hold on one second. Trent, thank you for the super chat. Wasn't Karen the same one who talked about feeding Mia kids at BravoCon? See, you know what? Thank you, Trent. Okay.
That's a little
Karen
different because
is not the person that people think she is.
No. That situation with the kids is very different, because Mia actually said that Karen wasn't there for her, versus Charisse just threw it out there without anybody asking her. That's the difference.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Let me move on for 1 second. Laura Karma, what do you think about this situation? The grand dame, she lost her stuff. She wasn't grand dame. What do you think?
Like, first of all, that table assumed both of them for physical and emotional damage after being battered to death. And then we're going to get on to Charisse. Giselle and Robin are playing a game. They need a new puppet. In rolls Charisse. She needs a storyline. You don't roll up to to a so-called friend's funeral, just stick your head in a car and the family's there grieving, just to say, look, I'm here, look at me. This is about her mother and her family. Have some respect and just sit in the back of the church with the rest of the people. You know what I mean? It's just like, respect Charisse. And Emmanuel's right.
Wait, hold on, Lord Karma. Sit in the back of the church, shut up, okay?
Yeah.
Get some tissue when you need it. And if you don't get to, I don't see you and I don't acknowledge you, it is what it is. But go ahead, have some respect. Have some respect. Shut up and sit in the back of the church. Go ahead.
I mean, she can, if she wants to go that low, she can take a selfie in the funeral, like, you know,
exactly.
to prove that she was there. But you know what I mean? As just, I kind of agree with Emmanuel on this kind of thing. As for Charisse banging on, going, "Oh, I'll put you all together" and everything like this. That was then, but this is now. Where have you been? You've been gone. You weren't doing much on the show before, so yeah, like, and what, Charisse? What are you doing? As for Mia and Jackie, God, how low can Mia go? She just has no shame. That's all I can say for this part. Oh, and one thing, Robin, I noticed Robin's little sly dig about Karen. They have got beef with Karen. They don't like Karen. And I hope Karen sells that full week well.
Well, you said a lot, but the best thing you said is sit in the back of the church, Charisse, and shut up. Be peeping in the limo to let me know you're here and I'm grieving over my mother. Roy, what do you got to say about this situation?
Well, before I say anything about this situation, I want to say congratulations on 20,000 subscribers. Yes. Listen.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. I'm so sorry you went to the party. But you know, I was out trying to get what we talked about on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
We could talk about that at the end of the show.
Yes, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Congratulations. I know that you know, turbulence come, things may come, but we know our creator, our God is going to protect us no matter what comes and what goes. We are the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, the lender, not the borrower. And every weapon that is being formed, that is working itself, that God, he already canceling it out. So we, you good.
Cancel.
Congratulations.
And on that note, pass the plate, everybody. Let the church say amen. Okay? Amen. Well, honey, wait, before you go, Roy, okay, Lord Carmen said that Charisse sit in the back of the church and shut up. Now go ahead.
Okay, so before I really get into this, y'all, let me tell you something. I am sick of Potomac. I am ready for it to be over. I'm ready for this reunion. This episode, I mean, it's just continuous drama after drama. At this point, we're not even getting into anything as far as being a housewife, which is what we're all here for. We're all here for housewives of Potomac. Where is the housewiving? What are we doing? But anyways, as far as peasant Charisse coming for Queen Crondom, I'm over it. I'm sick of it. You're coming. You continuously keep coming. You've asked to meet with Karen. You've been running behind Karen all season long. And then when Karen comes and clears that check that you've been writing that you couldn't cash, now you want to be upset and shake the table and slam the table. Girl, no. As Karen said, I don't remember slamming on no table, but I remember the table being slammed at me. Don't talk about my mom. If you came to the funeral to support, why did you even need to know? If you were truly there for support, you wouldn't have came to the car and told me. Your presence would have announced itself, or someone else would have shared it with me. But for you to make a clear cut across the parking lot to my car, the family car, to let me know that you were here to support me and present, not the time, not the day. This is the day that I am grieving. If you really cared about me, you would have known that I was grieving the loss of my mother, and it was best that I just deal with people who are in my immediate circle. If we have not been talking on a regular basis, or even if we have, in my opinion, when someone is grieving, unless they reach out to you, don't reach out. And on a personal level, don't come over to the cars. Oh, I just want.
No.
I see you. Trust me. No. I see you. I see a whole lot that's going on because mentally I already know that I'm not here because I have lost my mom. So I see it. And what I don't see, I will hear about. So I really feel like it was very contrived for her to, even bring that back up. Like, I was there for you when girl, okay, a lot of people was there for me. So what? That doesn't mean they were genuinely there for me. They didn't come in that presence. Like,
yeah.
What she
and you know what? This how about this for you? We're gonna see your name in the book. We're gonna see your name. You know how when you go to a funeral, you sign a book. I'm gonna see your name in the book when I go to say thank you, everybody. You don't need to peep my head in the car. You was trying to get back in on Potomac. I see you. I see you. So you want to sit here and play it off with these ladies that you was trying to do something different. Why bring it up yet again now? Girl, bye. Sit down. Go sit in the back of the church and shut up. Go ahead, Roy.
It's ridiculous. It's horrible. And the fact that everybody sat back and allowed that to go down, and like I said, I believe we talked, I don't know if this, I think I was talking to you or y'all when I was saying that I feel like that Robin, Giselle, and Mia contrived all of this up to get this mess going. They definitely talked about on the bus how they were going to have this conversation with why, what the big issue is with the Grand Dame and Charisse and why she won't hang out with her and accept her. I mean, what does it matter to y'all? If it's messy, and I'm over it. I'm over it.
You know what, Roy? What's funny is that they talked about how it was Charisse's table and Karen just happened to be there. What they don't need to tell the story as it is now is it may have been Charisse's reservation that got them the table, but she couldn't pay the bill. She couldn't bring it. It ain't hers no more. It's Karen's table. She set the table.
She set the table. Honey, no, Charisse, you got up, you left the table, and somebody had to take over, and the Grand Dame did. Now check that. Okay, and you've been going for 5 years, baby girl. So even if you was a Grand Dame, you lost the title. I've been here for 7. You was going for 5. You came for 2, and we giving you half a season this season. Why? Because you a friend of. Now get out of here and sit down. L'Oreal, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. You're on. What do you think about? What do you want to say about this situation?
I just want to say, I think Giselle strikes again. I mean, you know how she do. She get it started, honey. And that's exactly what she did. She had already went and told an incorrect statement to Karen and then brought it to the table to Charisse and said something totally different to jump it off. But they bypassed that, took the bait, and went for it. I feel like Charisse knows she don't got a lot going. She's chilling, and I feel like she's okay with being a friend of the show, as per her interviews with Carlos King and all that, saying she really don't want to be a housewife again. But I find it odd that she sat up there and acted as if they didn't have any rapport back and forth since she's been on the show. You know, for her to say, you know, they still talked and had all this, and she was there for her, and she didn't turn around and, you know, return the favor. I just feel like there is something that she wants to shut Charisse up about. But why does she feel that Charisse is just gonna come back and be right on where she left off if they've had some rapport since season 2? You know what I mean?
Because the Green Eye Bandits hyped her up and brought her here and said, listen, we got your back, and it's going to be at the very least 3 against 1. So you got this, girl. But when she came there with her lackluster performance, and she can go on every show on YouTube, NBC, ABC, and say she don't want to be a housewife, but it's the lies. Hashtag lies, okay? Lies. It's the lies, because you're sitting there begging Karen to be your friend. If you didn't want to be a housewife, I would be like, I ain't begging her to be a friend. Listen, I'd be like, listen, I would show up everywhere that she's at, and just like she's ignoring me, I would ignore her, okay?
Right.
But you're pressed, and you want her to speak to you because you know you need to be let back in by the Grand Dame. Okay, by the Grand Dame.
I don't think Karen was so bad. She cussed a little. She stood up, but to me, it was not so bad. But I can't see both sides because I'm a person that I pay attention when you have a loved one pass who actually comes and supports you and stuff like that. I pay attention. And if I was Karen, I would take an evaluation of who wasn't there. that's keeping some mess started at the table.
Yeah, well, listen, I get that part, but see, the thing is, you got to pay attention to as to why the person did show up. So the question would have been, which we'll never know the answer to, if Charisse and her were in a good place, would she have made that drive? My thing is, we got to give you the side eye. We got to, whether we feel about who we feel about or not, we got to give you the side eye when you show up. You peep your head in the limo to make sure, like, here I am. I have been to plenty of funerals where too many people was on the person, and I know the person was overwhelmed. I signed the book. I was there. Like Lord Carmen said, I went in the back of the church, sat down, shut my mouth.
Right, yeah.
And then when I spoke to the person later, I was like, I was there, but I didn't want to overwhelm you. Who? And they was like, oh my God, thank you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But when
yeah,
you
that's
want to
not too much. As
showboat,
long as you sign that book, you good.
you good. You want to
Yeah.
showboat, that's messy. So
Yeah,
let's
that's
move
it.
on. We got to talk about this whole yoga scene, okay? So Ashley, Mia, Giselle, and Jacqueline, they was in the
Ashley got
hot
a
tub.
body.
Ashley got a body, but so does Candace. Candace slayed. What?
Can you give me some
Slayed.
yams? Some
Woo!
yams.
Candace slayed in that black bathing suit with her hat, honey. She shut the beach down. Point blank, period. Everybody on that beach, when Candace came down and sat under the cabana, honey, again, Royer, the sun went up. And when everybody else came, the sun went down. Yo, Candace shut it down, okay?
Candace,
I was like,
aka the Grand Dame.
Junior.
now, Stan, now you going
Y'all
too
gonna
far
see
with
the
that,
light one
okay?
day.
Security.
Security. So now let me tell you, I love the conversation. So the Ashley moment, her showing them yoga or whatever that was they was doing, it was a lot. It was, it was I don't know, the going around and the whatever it is they was doing on the beach with the yoga, okay? But the conversation I loved was with Karen and Candace. And Cameron was like, I was banging on the table. I don't know what you're talking about, okay? I just know that somebody banged on the table at me. And she said, let's be clear. I'm good, okay? I'm good. Ain't nothing, we got mutual friends together. And what she said is I could be cordial with her. I could live with her existing in this space. But as far as me, I ain't got nothing for her. Okay. So Wendy, I want to say, oh, Jacqueline, that's right. Jacqueline was at the little yoga thing with her yoga gear on. Nobody sent her the memo that they was wearing their bathing suits to that event. They messy. Okay. Mia is messy. She couldn't even tell her girl, yo, girl, we're wearing bathing suits down here to do this yoga. She came with her yoga gear on, and then she had to go back to get her bathing suit when they went to the other event. Okay. So then Charisse, Robin, and Wendy show up later. They missed the whole yoga thing. And then they all go to that thing with all the mosquitoes. That was a lot, okay? With all the mosquitoes there. And they kind of, talked about when they went to lunch, they talked about Robin and this wedding day. So now Robin is claiming that, she got family members getting married in Jamaica and she gonna do a tag on wedding. Now see, that's tacky. I'm getting married in Jamaica. You packing your dress in the kids' suits. And after I get married and we still out there all in Jamaica, you about to marry. Now, don't come on, Robin. Now, you know better than that. Come on, where's some Martha Stewart etiquette book at with this shit? It's just shenanigans, okay? And then she said she don't want nobody at her wedding. She don't want nothing. She don't want no gifts. All she wants is prayers and blessings. Well, let me tell you something, Robin. If y'all actually do this wedding, we are going to have to do a lot of prayers and blessings, okay? When they got in the water, they said, it's going to cleanse your soul and all that. So that was that with that. And, Ashley and Candace speak at this lunch. And let me tell you something. You can say what you want, but what Candace told Ashley at that lunch, hands down, 100%, it was facts. Yes. She said,
and it was very Grand Dame like.
You know what's here with this Grand Dame. But you know what?
Sign up for my class.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. What Candace said to girlfriend was facts. She told her, listen, Because all you know is a toxic relationship. You think everybody's relationship is toxic, and you want to bring mess into everybody's relationship. But she said, I don't need to question, check, or have somebody come bring me facts about my man because I trust my man. And so because you never had that, you wouldn't know what that's like. So she said, I'm praying for you, girl. She said, I'm praying for you, girl, because I want you to experience having a good relationship. So, get yourself together, catch these vibes, and maybe one day, like me, you can have a good relationship. So that's why I ain't had no love for you. I'll stop there. I'm going to start. Go ahead, Robin. What do you have to say about those two scenes before we get to the dinner scene?
I love the fact that Candace was so poised.
Yes.
She was so even toned.
Yes.
And that her message was not just for Ashley. It was for everybody. She shut everybody down.
You know what?
The couple that might have got it, and they marinated on it. And there are the couple others that it just went over their heads.
That
so about this fake wedding that's never going to happen. If you really want to get married, Robin and Juan, you don't have to have a ceremony. Take that piece of paper, be down at the courthouse, just sign it and keep it moving. You don't even have to say the words I do. Just sign the dang papers. I think that it is ridiculous. I think that they're playing in y'all's faces, because not mine. I was not born at night, and definitely not last night.
Okay.
The whole everything that she has said about this wedding in air quotes is ridiculous. Starting with the suit maker, the tailor coming to the home. Really? The kids were even like, are you serious, Mom? That you bugging? This ain't happening. And now you go from it's just going to be a wedding with just us. We're going to have the parents there. Oh, maybe we'll do destination. Oh, maybe we'll go to Jamaica. Oh, by the way, my brother-in-law is getting married and we're all going to be there. So we may as well just get married the next day. We'll just pack the suits. In Jamaica? The suits? The heck? The crazy, the ridiculous, the Robin.
The Robin. I like that. The Robin. But you know what, Nubian? Candace has really matured this season. We got to give it up. Yes, she had. I mean, she gathered Ashley all the way together in a very nice way. The Don, what do you have to say about those two scenes?
That one line that Candace gave to Ashley lets me know that this Thursday, when they record this reunion, that Candace will not be playing with those women on the other side of that stage. She will be gathering them up individually and then collectively. And she's not going to raise her voice. This is me in my head. If she could just keep that level tone and not raise her voice and still gather them up, she will be knocking some people out of running to be in the center of that picture next season.
Yes.
Because
Amen.
the way Candace has handled herself this season, they wanted her to go off. They wanted her to be the old Candace.
Yep.
But from the scene where she got out of that room with Giselle until last night, she has kept herself calm. And her even talking to Karen, telling her to keep calm, don't give it to him. I was like, this is my generation telling the older generation, don't fall into their tricks.
Yep.
Don't fall into their tricks. And like she just said, what she told her, you're not happy with that was for Giselle, that was for Mia, that was for Robin, that was for all of them. Because what has been Giselle's storyline since season 1, other than being the other woman in everybody else's marriage?
Ooh, say that.
She hasn't had one. And then Andy doesn't hold her feet to the fire. He loves her.
He loves her.
He loves her because she stirs up mess.
Yeah.
And then Charisse, why is she there? To be a housewife? To be a housewife of a townhome? Is she living in Robin's townhome out in Hanover? I mean, what's really going on?
What's really going on?
She came to the beach with a whole scuba outfit on. I was like, did she miss the memo? Everybody else got 2 pieces on. Even the Grand Dame got a 2-piece on, and you look like, come on, Charisse. And you the Grand Dame? Y'all talking about she the Grand Dame? And
what that's
she literally got a white tee from Walmart. A V-neck.
Well, you're right. She wasn't Grand Dame. She was not Grand Dame. And hands down, I don't care. Candace slayed it. Slayed it. The hat, the hair, the bathing suit, the body. Give it up for Candace. She did the darn thing. Smoke, what do you think about those 2 scenes?
The yoga on the beach. I just found it very funny that Giselle was talking about this is not how she gets her orgasms. I was like, do you even remember the last time you had an orgasm, Giselle?
Oh my.
Because I'm pretty sure the last time we saw you was in the strawberry field with Baldy Sherman getting it in the dirt, like in front of the cameras.
Don't do that right here.
Low down, dirty snake.
It's been a long time.
It must be a very long time. I mean, she can't call Robin at her beck and call because she has to stay home with Juan and the kids. So so she misses her scissor sister. In regards to Candace so eloquently gathering Ashley, I just hope Candace, Wendy, and Karen just come to this reunion all dressed in black like Portia did in season 9, where she said, "I'm dead to the situation. I'm ready to dead some of these heifers." I really want all of that, but it's just the way, but just the way she did it, I was like, ooh. That's how you get it itch together. That's how
she was calm.
She was calm and actually had to acknowledge it because she's like, well, damn. But I do agree. Like, she was speaking to that whole table because Robin was quiet and Giselle was quiet. They weren't doing their simple interjecting like they usually do, because she's like, let me be very clear and let me say this to one of y'all so all of y'all get this. Do not come for my marriage. I trust my man. I don't want to be part of any ploys, schemes, scams, pyramids you got going on, because if you try me again, y'all know what time it is. And I'm coming, and I will come for all of y'all heads if I need to, and I'll do it with a smile.
Yeah, she served notice. Okay. She sat up, she was calm. You know what? They told her she needs to go to therapy, and she went to therapy and she's winning. Hashtag she got a nice, good therapist. Okay. Hashtag to the therapist. Shout out to the therapist.
It's working.
Okay? Because it worked.
Hashtag real therapy.
Oh, that part. Oh.
Wasn't Giselle going to therapy for a second? Giselle was going to therapy, but we see how that worked out.
Exactly. Hashtag real therapy, because honey, she said she sat up. She said, let me just talk to you. Okay. Let me just have a conversation with you. This is my problem with you, Ashley. Okay. Me and my man, we good. But since you had all these toxic relationships that you just got out of, that's why you don't recognize good when you see it. But I'm wishing the best for you. Child, when she said that, I said, I'm done.
Diva, do you know what it reminds me of?
Huh?
It reminds me of, like, it was given very much Barbara, this is Shirley. That was what that moment was given. It was very much Barbara, this is Shirley. Let's not do it.
I don't know whether you're gonna be cool or come out of a bag on me.
Okay. Yes, she killed it. Sharon, what did you think about those situations?
I'm not even gonna comment on Robin, because in 2023, I don't even want to give light to irrelevance.
Okay.
But
she means Dixon.
Right. And Giselle needs more than therapy. She needs Jesus, an exorcism. She needs a lot.
Oh, no,
I wish I could have Candace therapist as my therapist. Like, what a 360. That's what I'm telling y'all. I'm rooting for Candace. Who is more authentic? Who has more going on? Who could sing, dance, slay the people? Who could gather you in such a mature, poised way. She is a grand dame, and that's all I'm gonna say. And one day y'all will see
Lord.
it. It's because of how she started. Y'all will see it. Diva's face.
I just feel for you, Shan.
I do too. Emmanuel, what do you think about this situation? Because Shan just keep trying to. I think she thinks if she says it enough, we'll get hypnotized and we'll say that Candace is the grand dame. But it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. She drinking. That's what it is for you. Okay, because I was confused. Emmanuel, what do you think about these two situations?
Yeah. Well, I think to call Candace the grand dame is a little bit of a stretch, but I do think that if she keeps up what she's doing, maybe in 20 more years, she will definitely become the grand dame. Because you got to remember, like, grand dame also is, the definition is like an older woman, so she's still young.
Yes.
In regards to Robin and Giselle, in the words of my favorite, Phaedra, you can't be a housewife because you can't get a husband. Okay. And I also gotta give it up to Candace, like the maturity that it's amazing. And also I feel like not just in the show, just like in real life in general, it really shows how when you're having a conversation and you're calm, it can really you can have a really have progress, because had they both been screaming, had they both been insulting each other, they would have gone nowhere. And I feel like the fact that Ashley was able to admit that she had some resentment towards Candace, that was wow. And I think it's all because of the tone of the conversation.
Yes, I agree with you. #calm conversations, right? Calm conversations. And then we can hear that you gathering the person, pulling them all the way together to the point where Ashley even had to just shut up. She was like, wow, okay, you did that. She looked at her like, yeah, you did that, girl. I can't even come at you. She looked at Candace like, yes, you did that. Now, she had to bring up the whole infertility thing and all that because she wanted to try to slam it back to Candace. But if there was a round one, no matter what Ashley came out of Ashley's mouth, Candace got that. She got round 1, 2, 3. Matter of fact, she got a TKO. Okay, Lord Karma, what did you think about those two situations?
Well, what in the Kama Sutra were those women doing on the beach? This is the only religion Ashley knows, is that Kama Sutra. She should give the boot to Giselle and let the other two women go their separate ways. Candace looked perfect on that stroller. She did. That hat, I love that hat. And it's good that Karen took the glasses off to actually talk to her and say what she actually thinks. Rolling on to the situation with Ashley and Candace. I wish this was Candace 3 seasons ago. I really do, because she is owning the season. She's doing it right. This should have been her 3 seasons ago, and then this wouldn't have never happened. And all I say is, it's right what you said about Ashley, but whether or not there's time left for them two to get on well together is another thing, because a lot has happened. That's the problem, because Candace is looking at it like, clearly now, do I really need you in my life?
Right.
You know what I mean? And the other things with Ashley is this should have been said ages ago, because she goes and marries an old man. She doesn't have a father figure in her life. She marries an old man. Can you see the pattern?
Yeah. But you want to know something? We've been seeing Candace grow from the beginning. From the moment they was at, what was it, the dance studio, the pole, whatever dancing they was doing, the moment they was at that studio, and she didn't black out on Giselle on that floor, and she said, okay, excuse me. She said, Eric, okay, that tells you what?
Where's Eric? Where is Eric?
For me, Diva, it was the next episode where she sat Giselle down outside and actually talked to her like a grown-up, and she got Giselle together. Then I thought, whoa, she's changed. This is the Candace I want to see.
Meanwhile, y'all grand dame is shaking the table.
See, you know what, Shan? I ain't paying attention right now. I'm annoyed. Roy, what is your thoughts on those two scenes?
Real quick, I just want to jump back because I did not talk about this. Mia and Jacqueline's situation.
Yeah.
Mia is a horrible, horrible friend.
Yes, she
is a horrible, horrible person. And we're gonna put Mia on the sick and shut in list officially. She's officially on the sick and shut in list. So,
Royer, you did a double entendre. You said horrible. I thought you were saying whore.
sick and shut in list. Go away with
Sick and
her.
shut in.
Go away
Sick
with
and
her.
shut it. Yes.
So now on to this. The Grand Dame was exhausted and wore out from last night because she had to take her crown off for just a moment and really let her know, let Charisse know what it was and let the people know what it was. So today, Karen was a little exhausted because, when you have to take the crown off to deal with the peasantry of it all, it just takes away from the queendom, grand dominating of it all. So we're going to give Karen a pass for this morning's attendance and the aware because we were just exhausted from the exuberant energy we had to use to read and get sis over there together. So that part. The yoga session that morning, I think that's one of the best things that Ashley is good at doing is bringing, calming events, sitting down, meditating, working out, exercise. I think those are just great things that she does. She's really good in that aspect. So I was feeling her on that. Now,
so let me ask you, Roy, maybe I got to do some research. Like this is a yoga move.
I'm going to have to join you in on the research and we'll let you know.
Wait, what was the question, Diva?
Is this a yoga move?
Yeah, it actually is. It actually is about like stoking the like fire that's in the like the chakra, the root. Yes, thank you, the groin, and that's where the root chakra is. So that's an actual practice. If you've done yoga and you have a teacher who's into like chakras and awakening them and cleansing them, like to do that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
But isn't that crazy that this woman who brings all this drama, the way that she has, she's also the one who's trying to do some calming event?
It's ironic. It's an oxymoron.
Canceling yourself out.
Yeah. Roy, go ahead and finish.
So yes, that part. And then I'm gonna have to go back and watch Candace clearing Ashley because as I said, y'all, this episode was a snooze fest for me. I'm just really over Potomac. But I do want to speak on Candace specifically. And I want to first of all let you all know that Candace, this has been the real Candace this whole time. Unfortunately, people took Candace out of her character. I'm going to speak for a personal aspect. I'm very innocent, And when things happen, when people say things about me or people do things to me, it shakes my core because I like to think that everybody is good people and positive. And so when it shakes you to your core, sometimes you're not mature enough at that stage to be able to respond in the proper manner. And so it is not just the therapy, but actually the growth in the work that Candace wanted to see in herself, because she is an actress. She is a musician. She is an artist. And so in order to continue to be those things, we have to mature and grow and learn not to just fly off the handle, when our haters and our naysayers want to try to come for us because we are great and they see the greatness coming. And, when you have talent and you come into the room and then other people who are already in the room see that talent and that fire that's coming, they get a little disturbed. And so they got to do whatever they can do to throw you off their game. So they threw Candace off her game for a moment. It was just a momentary, but Candace came back with her triangle and every scene this year, she has got them together.
Yes, she has.
By one. So hats off to Candace. Thank you to her therapist. But most of all, thank you to Candace for actually doing the work. Because anybody can give you the work, but it's actually doing the work.
Amen to that. You got to do the work, as Iyanla Vanzant would say. Okay, you got to do the work, okay? Yes. Well, amen to that. Yeah, Candace did the thing. And yeah, sometimes people can knock you off your throne. Okay. But as soon as they knock you off and you realize you're in the mud with them, pick your crown back up, dust it off, and get back on your throne. Okay. You can't don't let the people knock you off your throne. Okay. So the Grand Dame, she had a moment. And that's what you do when you have a moment. You deny. She's talking to Candace. I don't know about banging on no table. Okay. I don't know who you're talking about right there, but it wasn't me. It was me. And yes, I do believe the way that Charisse is bringing this up, I am leaning on the side that 100% she just went there to get back in the show that she claims she doesn't want to be a part of anymore. Get out of here, Charisse. We don't believe that. Not for 1 minute. Now let's close this thing out with this dinner scene.
Who?
You said it. Whoever did that.
Who? Which part?
Okay, so listen. Robin said she doesn't want a wedding or need one. So do like Robin said. Go to the courthouse, sign the paper, and be done with it, okay? Having this wedding the same weekend as a family member. How tacky. How dreadful. Who does that, okay? Who does that? Giselle starts it off by saying that, she got to talk about last night because Charisse's character was assassinated. Assassinated? Okay? And they claim Charisse is the queen of Potomac, okay? Karen told Giselle enough. Shut your mouth, okay? Because I don't want to hear about this no more. See, that's when you go on dominant, right? They chitter-chattering. They trying to start some mess. She straight up told Giselle, shut up. I'm going to talk about this no more. Then that's when Robin chimed in. And she told Robin the same thing. I'm done. I just want to eat my dinner. Y'all running your mouth about this Charisse and all of this other nonsense. I had enough. Last night was a mess. I don't want to talk about it. And then Robin goes, well, nobody could talk to you. I'm Karen. You don't have to be questioned about nothing. Well, Giselle and Robin, y'all, nobody could talk to y'all. Nobody can question y'all. And you worried about this fight between Charisse and Karen, but you wasn't worried about the fight between Wendy and Mia. And Wendy actually got a whole drink thrown up in her face. That wasn't up for discussion, but this stupidness between Karen and Robin, Karen and Charisse, you want to talk about Robin and Giselle? And you talking about, oh, now everybody's seeing Karen for who she is? Well, child, we done saw y'all two for who y'all are. We still dealing with y'all. We see y'all.
We see each other.
I was like, am I hearing this from Robin? Is she serious right now? Then she gets frustrated. I guess I'm not bringing up your mother. No, shut up. My grief is my mother, she said. And I said, you know what? She right. She right. Okay. Karen said, Robin said that Karen is a fraud. And I said, whoa.
Really, Agatha?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then the grand dog does what she does. She gives the group an apology. So I got a group apology here. And then Robin wants to open her mouth again. Oh, you're going to apologize to the group and not Charisse? And then Candace said, hold on. Oh, that's what we doing? Hold on. That's what we doing? Because last night, Mia sends a text to the group, removes Wendy, and apologized for what she did. And she didn't apologize to Wendy. So what we doing here? Now, listen, I know sometimes y'all think I get hard on Wendy. But let me tell you, Wendy and her 4 degrees can take a little lesson from Candace and her too. And why do I say that? Because Wendy, she constantly goes gutter low, right? In that situation,
constantly.
All right, well, you
really,
want me to pull
diva?
back a little bit? Let me pull back a little bit. She goes low every now and then.
Thank you.
So when she already know where Mia's at. If you know where somebody's at and you're going to let them keep dragging you out of your character, come on, you got to be responsible at this point. So she talks to Mia and says, Mia, you're not going to apologize. Well, she's not, because you heard she sent the group text and removed you. Why you giving her energy? You already know she's not. Right? Then you want to talk to her. You want to give her all this flavor. You said she wants your life. You're trying to poke the bear. And then Mia gets up to walk away and you still kikiing ha and like we in high school. Don't give her that much energy. I wouldn't have. Mia, I would have just said, Mia, you know what? So I heard you sent the group a text apologizing. And all I would have said is, wow. Now, Mia tried to put 20 on 10, as Gabor would like to say. Why? Because she was like, oh, you trying to say my husband is gay? Girl, stop. Girl, stop. Girl, stop. Girl, stop. Girl, stop. We not doing that. We not doing that. Don't do the foolery. Don't try to get the community to come after me. Don't do the foolery. No, I did not say your husband was gay, and no, I do not care. What I said is y'all like to bring other people in your bedroom, including male, female, or whatever. Y'all likes to get in it. That's what I said. I said what I said. Okay. So Mia, you trying to put a whole remix on this, but the remix ain't gonna work. We playing the record straight right now. So stop the nonsense. But when Mia got up and walked away, and our girl Wendy wanted to continue on, Wendy, stop. So learn something from Candace. You speak to them, you drag them, and you be calm with it, and then you let it go. You release it. And say, Mia, that's why I got a problem with you. But nah, Wendy got the boop, 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 and poke, poke, poke. Now I'm gonna start at the bottom this time. Roy, what did you think about this dinner?
As I said, I'm kind of over this, so I just kind of glanced through the dinner. But, as much as sometimes I hate admitting you are right about this situation with Wendy. Wendy shouldn't have gave it so much energy. I do appreciate what Wendy said. It needed to be said, and I'm glad that people are seeing Mia for who she is. And yeah, so I'm still Team Wendy, and we want Mia to be fired.
Oh my God! Hashtag fire Mia. Whoa! Listen, I like. Don't get me wrong. I like Wendy, but if we gonna call behavior for what it is, we got to call for what it is, whether we like the person or not. I like the grand dame, but she wasn't grand dame in the beginning with the.
Well, the continuous attacks, because the continuous attacks happen, sometimes you have to just break loose of everything that binds you up, and she had to break loose, and when someone, in my opinion, I have had recent experiences where, things may come to you, but sometimes you just, like you said, you can't feed into it. And so I feel like Wendy just should have left that. But if you continuously come for me and come for me and come for me, asking.
I gotta be asked.
And so when you ask, I must come forth.
Okay. You call me. If they call you, you're gonna answer.
Don't call for me unless you want me to come through.
Lord Karma, what did you think about this dinner?
I was full when Wendy finished. The moment she said 30 years of friendship and don't come at me, I just thought, yes, Wendy, get her. And this was long overdue. This is the Wendy what I want to see. I don't want to see the messy Wendy. I want to see her clearing it up and making her look like the fool what she is and keeping her below level where she likes to act and play. And it's like what Candace has been doing this season. I think Wendy's getting the memo, learning from Candace and thinking, actually, this is the road to go. And this is where I look more better in class, acting than putting up with her crap. I want Mia out. I want her gone. She's just, this is not MILF Bad Girls Club. It's like, this is like, me, I want the trash out.
You said throw her out with the trash.
Yes.
Good mind. Reggie.
Not with the trash. She is the trash.
Good God. Reggie.
$20 for 20K. Shimmy, 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 shake for them dollars.
Reggie, thank you so much for the super chat. Congratulations on 20K. You deserve it. Love you and your platform. Cheers. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Emmanuel, what do you think about this dinner scene?
I have no words. How mad Giselle and Robin make me. I mean, Robin, she has so much to say about other situations, but she can't keep that same energy working with her relationship. Like, really? And then you know what was really triggering me was when Robin kept saying, "You're just being plain mean to exclude Charisse," and I'm like, the irony of it. The hypocrisy of it. Like, really, you and Giselle have gone out of your way to be mean to multiple people on this show. So it makes me so mad to hear them. I gotta disagree with you, Diva, on Wendy. I don't think she's ever gone good or low. I mean, unless I missed something, but she's only responded.
Okay, I gotta let it go. I'm gonna let it go. But listen, turn the other cheek so they can slap the other one. No thanks.
But I will say, even though,
because Diva, that's the advice you're giving, and it's very much turn the other cheek, walk away, like stop.
Woo! All right, I hear y'all.
One thing though, even though it was like, even though it was done kind of like passive aggressively, Mia, she did apologize. She did say it was wrong, so I'll give her like a point for that.
Right.
So I don't know.
She said it. Yeah, it was like Charisse going to the funeral. She said it, but she didn't mean it. Charisse went to the funeral, but she didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. I ain't going to, because I don't want Karen coming for me. She said her mother's her grief. I ain't trying to talk. All I'm saying is, Charisse, sit in the back of the church and shut up. Okay? That's it, and that's all. Smoke, did I come to you on this situation already?
No, you'll come to me. I think Katie Ross had it right the first reunion Potomac when she was talking about Giselle and Robin, Dumb and Dumber, because literally, the hypocrisy, the favoritism, just the willful ignorance that they just display on a season to season basis is just beyond me. And to be honest, I think there's a reason why Robin doesn't want to go through with this wedding, because if her and Juan get married, whoop-de-doo, you get married. Do you know what else is the main course? Him in this court case. And he barely wants to show for the scenes that they have right now talking about their prenup in their marriage. You really think he is going to sign up to air out how he may have been negligent in not responding to abuse allegations from a player on his team under his watch? Oh, absolutely not. And Robin knows that. So basically this wedding is like her last ace in the hole. She needs to kind of keep it as long as she can, because without it, it's kind of just like nothing. And I think honestly, I feel like maybe Robin and Giselle probably got a talking to from HR, or maybe just Robin. But I also heard allegedly that Robin is embedded in Giselle's contract. So you can't have one without the other.
It's a 2-for-1.
Basically, it feels that way, because at this point, I think the reason why Robin and Giselle are so pressed to have Charisse on the show is because it keeps some kind of OG beef. Because to be honest, I would be fine with having just Jacqueline, Mia, Karen, Wendy, Candace, and then another new lady on the show. Ashley on the show, because honestly, they have an interesting friend dynamic between each other in that way where, yes, they go at each other, shade each other, but they know how to have grown conversation and actually put women up. So I think that is interesting to witness. Giselle and Robin are incapable of that. And they realize that no one besides their pot stirring, there's nothing really interesting about them. In regards to Dr. Wendy 4 degrees Osefo, I am with her. Don't come for me unless I send for you. And even if I don't send for you, still don't come for me. And here's the thing Mia has to understand. If you're going to serve shade to the likes of Wendy, who I will make equivalent to Serena Williams, don't be mad when it comes blazing right back and across your head and your forehead. So you need to know who you are dealing with when you speak on certain things, and she made sure to get her clearly about, do you know the definition of this word? Do you understand the circumstances of this situation? So I think Wendy was just right and measured in how she got Steaks and Lobster Nightgown, Lady of the Night Mia together. Period.
Okay. The Don, I'm coming to you. Sad said I need people with real wealth on this franchise. So tired of these cheap college spring break trips.
But this trip is better than Miami, though. This trip is a lot better than Miami.
Yeah, and the food was great.
It definitely was. It definitely was. The Don, what do you have to say about this dinner?
So, just want to jump back to something you said, Diva.
Sure.
When I was growing up, we raised Rottweilers, and when they were puppies, they used to crap all over the place. And the way that my dad used to train them not to crap in my house anymore is, I'm going to put your nose in it. so you know not to crap in my house anymore. I'm not gonna say, please don't do it. Because guess what they're gonna do? Keep on crapping.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
I got to show you. Don't crap in my house.
Come on now.
I'm gonna put your nose in it.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you smell it. You're gonna taste it a little bit. So you know not to do it again.
Okay.
And if you try me, I'm gonna take some out and put it in your mouth.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
So, you know, you got to meet a puppy where they are.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Well, in the case of some other ladies, we have to use the other word.
All right. Okay, go ahead. Speak. Hashtag meet them where they at. Go ahead.
So when it comes to Robin doesn't want a husband. She wants a dagger. Okay. She doesn't want to get married to Juan. She just wants Juan to be the carpooler. She wants Juan to be the y'all daddy live in the house. So I don't have to pay child support because I make more money than him right now.
Oh my.
They're not going to get married.
Ooh, it got hot over here. Okay. I'm learning some lessons. Meet them where they at. Meet them where they at. Okay.
I don't see it coming. I don't see it at all. Now, when it comes to what else happened in this last scene?
Well, Giselle and Robin wanted to say that Charisse's character was attacked, assassin, and she is the real Grand Dame.
But didn't Giselle not want anything to be spoken of Jamal? She tried to shut that down, right?
Yes, she did.
She wanted okay. So next season, I want Karen, if Robin comes back, I want Karen to drag Juan through the streets up and down of Black Lives Matter Plaza.
Oh my God.
In DC. Drag his name. Because Robin deserves, because everything has to be talked about. According to Rob him. Everything has to be talked about. So let's talk about it. Let's be fair across the board. And you know, I'm waiting for the next episode. But
because they about to go low. Everybody's about to go low. Secrets are about to come out. So Trent, thank you for the super chat. Juan wasn't being negligent. The assistant coach knows his secrets, so he had to be quiet and stay out of it. Okay. We're gonna see how that plays out. Thank you. And Candace is Trent, thank you for the super chat. And thank you for the super chat. Candace is what the show wants to portray. A fluent upbringing lifestyle. I want to see her charity efforts, a la Katie, the future Grand Dame. Ann is connecting with you, Shan. Shan left. The future Grand Dame, your grace. You see, y'all, stop it, y'all. But okay, thank you for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, on the congratulations. I truly appreciate it. Okay, so all right, Robin, what are your words on this dinner?
Are these my final words?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Final thoughts. I would like to share with everyone that I will never have it as things are going for Giselle, but I am here for Dr. Wendy 4 Degrees Osefo to the point I claim her, and I will call her soror if I see her ever. I think that what we have seen, the dinner, the everything, I don't have anything nice to say about anybody but Wendy and Candace and Karen at this point, because there was a lot of sub-ghetto gutter behavior and discussion that I don't think is necessary. I'm looking forward to the next episode because I might decide which Karen I'm going to be when we do our next live. So with that, I'll say goodnight.
Okay. Thank you, Robin. Annette said, Diva, why do you always come
Yes.
for Wendy and her 4 degrees? Do I come for Wendy a lot?
Yes.
Woo!
What's up, Annette?
Woo! Woo!
And that's my middle name.
Well, you know what? Let me do my apology. Well, I'm sorry, but here's the thing. My thing
There's
is,
a butt. There's a butt diva.
Yeah, we
There's a
don't
butt
want that
diva.
apology.
There's a butt diva. That's what we gonna do is add butts to an apology.
oh God,
Diva,
let
a
me
real housewife.
yes, I am. Listen.
Diva, take another sip of your $10 tea.
Apologize like Mia, just real quick.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Let me tell you something. Here's the thing. They say too much is given, much is required. All I'm saying is that Candace is doing the darn thing. She's learning how to use her words and still slay them down. Wendy is doing na 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 na. Stop, Wendy. You got words in you. Pull the words out of you. Use them correctly. Gather Mia together and don't leave her alone. Like, let it go. You're expecting something from somebody who you know can't give it.
Exactly.
All right.
The fun part about it.
Well, Diva, can I sing a song real quick? Because just to explain the situation you have with Wendy. If I could give you the world on a silver platter, would it even matter? You'll still be mad at me. If I had a dozen roses to give to you. Wendy can't do nothing to make you happy, Diva. You always gonna find something to come at her for.
So mean. That is so mean. Okay, you know what?
But one thing before you go, Diva.
Yes.
You say how Candace, and I'm very proud, but Candace had a willing participant in that conversation.
Okay, let me sit up. You talking facts? You are. Okay, go ahead, Dawn.
Ashley was willing to sit and listen and talk to Candace like a grown woman, to have that conversation, even for Candace to throw that shade that she did. It was 2 willing adults. Mia is not playing on that level.
Hashtag facts. I'm not. I can't even. You speaking facts. It takes 2 to play that game. You are speaking facts, and you know what? I give that to you. Go ahead, Mo Walker says you got a good point. I'm gonna give that to you. So you're pretty much saying no matter how, it's like you said before, or somebody said it. Meet them where they at. So, they loving it. They said exactly. They said that's true. Okay, listen. I accept education when it's provided. Okay, I will accept that education, but I also will say this: don't we got to do the Michelle Obama? When they go low, we go high.
That ain't work for Hillary.
No. How high can you go? Sometimes you just look. We got to keep oxygen, right?
Hillary lost, and you see what that got us.
Exactly. And not only that, Diva, Michelle Obama just did an interview with Kelly Rowland, Beyond, Miss Tina Knowles, SZA, and Angie Martinez. And she said even herself, she's like, I don't always go high all the time. Sometimes I go low too.
Yes.
Right. You know what, Michelle? You know, left the White House and now you acting foolish.
She keeping it real.
She keeping it all the way real with us.
Honey.
She from Chicago.
Y'all think Michelle ain't slapped a couple hoes back in her days? Listen.
I think she did it in the White House if you looked at Obama wrong. She gathered you all the way together behind the White House doors. But you know what, y'all gave me the education. And Lord, I think I got you with this, Emma, right? Let me just say this. Some hashtags for tonight. Hashtag shut up and sit in the back of the church and just mind your business, okay? Sit in the back of the church, shut up and mind your business, okay? That's what you got to do when you go to a funeral, especially if you uninvited. Exactly. Okay? So, okay, Dawn, you gave me a little gem there. I get it. We got to have 2 willing people in this conversation. Because if we don't, we got to meet you where you at. You get gutter, then I guess they saying, I don't know if I'm connecting with it yet, but they saying if we go gutter, if they get gutter, we got to get gutter.
You got to meet people where they are.
No, if they go gutter, if they get gutter, you take their behind straight to hell.
God. Y'all said to hell. Oh,
yes.
My God.
Straight.
Going down.
So they don't try you again. They will learn the first time.
Woo!
I'm not married.
Okay.
You forget who you talking to. You know me.
Listen, listen. Okay, so any other good gems we got tonight before I close out?
I'd like Miss Havisham to find love finally, because it's been so long. That's Giselle, by the way.
Oh, she's too goofy.
Okay. Any other knowledge that was dropped tonight before we close out?
Sometimes you have to take your crown off your head and set it on the side to get a bitch together.
Hashtag take the crown off. Hashtag get a hoe together.
Pardon my French.
Put your crown aside and do what you got to do. And then after they down for the count, you pick it up.
In the word Diva, in the words of Yolanda Adams, step aside.
This battle
Who
is
somebody said, tilt the crown, honey. Tilt the crown. Do what you got to do. Okay. This is the last call. Any last gems before I close this thing out?
Oh, yes, I do have one.
Yeah.
Amazingly.
Yes.
I just want to reiterate and just celebrate again that Diva, you have hit 20,000 subscribers. And we are excited. And when we talk about this train that we're on.
Yes.
You and I need to get together and we need to go through the catalog so we can order the extra card to add on for the next group of subscribers to join us.
Yes.
That was so sweet, Robin. You always come up with the words, girl. I want to thank all of y'all. This was a great recap. Tomorrow night, I will be doing Love and Marriage Huntsville Reunion Part 3. This Friday, I think I said, I got to look at my calendar to make sure we're holding court. We're holding court, okay? It is the people on behalf of Candy Burris against Miss Phaedra Parks, okay? If you are interested in being a lawyer for either side, email me. If you are interested in being a character witness for either side, email me. I'm going to try to be a non-biased judge, but I do what I do and it is what it is. And I'll just say this really quickly. What it is, y'all must be crazy if y'all think that my Candy Burris, yes, you can be a juror because we need 12 jurors, Mom. You
mean boring Candy?
Okay?
You mean boring Candy?
Huh?
You mean boring Candy?
Smoke, don't agitate
court
the judge.
On Friday. Court on Friday, okay? So we will be having court on Friday. And like I said, send me emails. But y'all know what I'm leaning towards. Hi, Candy. But anyway, Juanita, we're closing out. What is your final word?
Oh, you're on mute.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
I'm sorry, I just joined. What we talking about? What's the final
word? Well, we're closing out. We just had a lot of gems was dropped tonight. A lot of gems was dropped tonight. We're having court on Friday. It's the people on behalf of Candy Burris against Phaedra Parks, okay?
Oh,
that's what we're doing in court this Friday.
Huh? Candy need to go somewhere and sit down.
Oh my!
Exactly. Just go somewhere and sit down and leave Phaedra alone. What's happened done happened, and what's past is past. Now move on. You got your coins. Phaedra ain't putting no money in your pocket. She ain't taking none out. So what are you worried about?
This run through juror in the building already, and it's not even Friday. I love you, Juanita.
I'm gonna tell it like it is.
But listen, we're closing out. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming through. I truly, truly appreciate y'all all. Y'all helped me get to 20K. And I love it. I want to thank y'all. It's amazing. Yay. I'm here. Okay. So listen, guys. See you tomorrow night if you're a Love and Marriage Huntsville fan. Yes, we are going to thank you for your air. We are going to read Prince Harry's book. Okay. Y'all know how I feel about this, but I'm gonna be neutral. We're going to read this book, and Roy and I are going to break it down. What are we doing? 3 chapters at a time?
Let's do 3 chapters let me review how many chapters there are, and we'll talk about what we're gonna do. But at least get your copy. Go ahead and start reading it.
Yes.
So we can really break this down and talk about this, because this, y'all, this is the topic of the conversation.
That's the topic of the conversation. We're gonna be reading Prince Harry Tell All. And you know, my whole thing with this is, guys, the family business is a family business. So go to the back of the church and shut your mouth, Harry.
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
come on. They only gave him 2 sausages and they gave William 3.
Go to the back of the church, Prince Harry, and shut your mouth. Okay, but listen, get the book, guys. We're reading 3 chapters at a time. Me and Roy here are gonna go through this book. We're gonna have a ball, y'all. I got to go. Goodbye, good night. Love y'all. See y'all next time.
Everybody.
Bye.
Y'all